The SEIS-Hertog Summer Study is a unique, immersive educational experience. Over the course of 10 days, through lectures, seminars, discussions, and simulations, we as a group tackle difficult national security issues. This year's summer study examined the prospects of Sino-American competition over the long term.
So what makes the Hertog Summer Study so original and so important is because the focus is at this grand strategic level with different elements that have not really been focused upon in the study of strategic competition, especially between the US and China itself. And I see, especially from my area of expertise, the focus on how military doctrine, grand strategy links into political economy and technology and innovation developments makes the Hertog unique to link in a lot of these areas that are really transforming both the nature and the dynamics of strategic developments and in the relationship between the US and China.
From my perspective, the Hertog Summer Study has been an incredibly useful perspective for a few reasons. Firstly, it's the opportunity to just take time out of the work that I do, think about long-term strategy, which is a pretty unusual chance, and to do it in an informal setting with a group of people from both the military system and wider government and academia who are at the top of their field. As an Australian, it's incredibly useful to understand US thinking on how the strategic environment in Asia is changing. And throughout this experience, one of the things that really has surprised me is just how much thinking needs to be done about the role of allies in US strategy.
It's a bit more at the strategic level than most of the conferences and working groups I go to. Typically, I'm at the campaign plans and lower, kind of the operational and tactical level. Or if it is the strategic level, it's a very military focus. And what I really liked about Hertog was it got me to kind of broaden my view and see things from a different perspective, and then look at how that strategic context can help when it comes to operational and tactical planning.
The Hertog simulation is one of the only summer studies where military practitioners and their civilian counterparts can come together for an intense 10-day period, look at long-range trends over the next 3-4 decades out, including technology, changes in alliances, growth of multipolarity, develop strategies, and then actually see those strategies in competition with each other, both in long-term development, but also in terms of military operations. That is truly unique.
As to what are some of the biggest surprises in the game is that it seems to me that there was a growing mismatch between the U.S. posture of primacy in Asia against the backdrop of an increasingly fractured and multipolarized international system.
The gaming experience, we spent several days simulating how the strategic environment in Asia might play out and how we might undertake long-term competitive strategies. That's a new experience for me. It's incredibly detailed, and it's thrown up just how difficult pursuing some of these strategies can be, some of the wild cards that can pop up, some of the limitations on your ability to actually form a coherent strategy and implement it. I think as a concept, the Hertog study packs a lot into a very short space of time. It's incredibly stimulating, and I think some of the thinking we've done here over this past week will carry forward in the work that I'll do over the next few years, and certainly in some of the conversations I'll have with people here over the next few years as we grapple with the big problems of a changing situation in Asia.
You can academically understand where they're coming from, but it's really not until you're in a simulation and you're going through that you truly can empathize with, that's why they feel that way, and that's why they do certain actions. Whether or not you agree with those actions, you can at least empathize with those. And so that was probably one of the best things to come out of the simulation.
The big learning lesson that comes out of it is not just what happened, but then each team ends up having to reevaluate and assess how their strategy went, what their strengths and weaknesses were, how they saw the opposition, the range of alternatives that the opposition had to react to them. That aspect of actually testing strategy and rethinking it and recalibrating it is not done anywhere else.
Next year, we hope to continue our examination of the U.S. role in Asia, the Asia-Pacific region, over the long term.